What can you tell us about what we know or have a right to expect might be coming in a second wave?
Yeah, so Lawrence, thanks so much for having me on. I think most of us believe that there will be a second wave, almost surely. The big question is, will it come in the fall? Can we keep our economy and our lives reasonably intact for the summer? And assuming that we play our cards right, we can get through the summer okay, we're going to see a resurgence of this disease in the fall. Unfortunately, it will coincide with a resurgence of the influenza virus, which always comes in the fall. And so I think we have to gear up for what's going to be a pretty tough fall and winter ahead.
And Doctor, to Dr. Fauci's point today about testing, he just is throwing out the idea that we'll maybe ever get to a point where if you want to be tested, you can be tested. He's limiting it to the definition of people who need to be tested. And he's saying we won't be able to test everyone who needs to be tested until at least June.
Yeah, this has been the fiasco after fiasco after fiasco of this administration. It's really been stunning. We've been hearing for months that we're doing enough tests. Everybody knows we're not doing enough tests. And the bottom line is we are shut down because we failed to get testing in place. We remain shut down because we still haven't gotten testing going. And if we do not get testing figured out, if we're not testing at least 500,000 people a day, we will not be able to stay open after we open up again. So I don't understand why the administration has not made this priority 1, 2, and 3, but they haven't. And so here we are.
And Ron Klain, there's absolutely no indication that this administration is going to do anything to push testing.
No, Lawrence, in fact, there's every indication they're doing just the opposite. In fact, yesterday there was much hype about a so-called new administration announcement on testing. All that announcement was basically, hey, we should have a plan for testing. I hope someone thinks of one. And the proposed goal in that non-plan was roughly the level of testing we're doing now, which is less than half the number of tests that Dr. Jha just said we needed, which is on the lower end of what many people think we need. And so there's no question that we, as Dr. Jha said, we are in the mess we're in because we didn't test in January and February when we could have isolated chains of transmission and traced those contacts. We continue to be the mess we're in. And when you hear people say, hey, we're going to open now and we'll get the tests in late May or early June, as Dr. Fauci said today, with the caveat he put on it that you noticed, that's just a formula for disaster. You can't open and then test. We need to test and then open.